7 secret things rich people do that they don't want you to know. There are certain things that are distinct about the rich people. Some of them may be known because of their companies, but most of them are not well known to the public. But they are very rich because they are good at what they do. Certain actions are common among them. And it shows a pattern that is different from the mindset of the average, regular person. Here are some of those things. 1. Rich people hire a private investigator. Rich people won't tell you they will hire a private investigator before they make a deal with someone or before they hire you in a top position. In fact, they won't tell you if they did or didn't, except you ask directly and they decide to be sincere with you. But global deal makers do this all the time. They want to know who they are dealing with. They want to know every possible information about the person. In some cases, they don't even specify what the private investigator should look for. This shows how careful and meticulous these people are when dealing with others. The notion is that your business is an extension of your person. Meanwhile, the average, regular person asks a few questions and their trust is already won. To these rich people, trust is earned. And it is earned after a serious grilling. 2. Rich people settle cases privately. While the average person might be angry and proud enough to head to the courts, the rich think differently. They only go to court when it cannot be avoided or it is absolutely necessary. Even if they will win in the end, they consider the effect of the initial noise. The average person has either no reputation to protect or is not aware that there is a reputation to be protected. Even those who are not famous among the rich still try to settle privately. This is because rumor sells better than the truth. Everybody remembers the allegation, very few cares about the eventual court ruling. Settling cases privately is a move of putting reputation ahead of personal pride. The only cases that make the rich proceed to court without trying a private settlement are cases that pertain to their public reputation. That is, if their reputation has already suffered a public blow. That would mean, they have something to fight for through the justice system. If you find these rich people in court, it is because other options have failed. And they settle a lot of cases privately. For most, they will never mention. 3. Rich people pass up great opportunities. Rich people get a lot of offers. They get loads of opportunities. And they pass up myriads of them. This is not just that they pass opportunities that are unreasonable. They pass even great opportunities that eventually produce superb results. I once spoke to a man who told me that someone brought an offer to him to buy a significant amount of Bitcoin when it was less than $100. He passed it. He doesn't regret it because he still doesn't understand Bitcoin. He is quite elderly. Rich people pass up good opportunities a lot. Meanwhile, the average person thinks that every new business opportunity is worth taking a chance on. A lot of people back out of opportunities because of fear. But the rich miss good opportunities because there are lots of other options. A rich man once said if he has about 100 deals on his table to consider, he would narrow them down by elimination method until he is left with 3. Then he would dig deep into those 3 and finally go with 1. The point is that for every 100 opportunities, he takes just 1. That is a glimpse of his ratio. Being rich is often about saying no to a lot of good things. 4. Rich people act disinterested in something they are interested in. This is a view of life like it is all a game of poker. In poker, the amateurs play cards while the professionals play the amateurs. This is just as real in the business world. When rich business people act politely interested in the business you are talking about, they are probably not interested. But when they act like they are not interested, there is a chance they might be. An Asian businessman once confessed that when Chinese businessmen start asking you tough questions and arguing against your proposal, that is when they are interested. For most regular people, the reverse is the case. They argue when they are not interested. And they just politely agree when they are interested. This is why many have problems when they deal with these high-class business people. They think their own rules apply to them. In some cases, "I'll be in touch" is a polite way of saying, "You will never hear from me." And there are myriads of things they say that really mean the opposite. Excitement and showing of interest can weaken bargaining power. This is why the rich are good at hiding it. 5. Rich people always double-check all information. Average people often accept rumors. But these rich people do not. They want certainty as soon as possible. And most of them have learned by experience that nothing is confirmed until it is confirmed. A sure source can be wrong. The only way to confirm information is to check with other sources. The rich double-checks as much as they can. Some even have multiple sources of checking the accuracy of any information. This is one of the reasons they hire private investigators. The rich seek certainty, but the regular person is just okay with a rumor. And there are cases where sure sources have been proved false. In fact, it happens often. 6. Rich people attend closed-door meetings. The average person is often ready to spill secrets and share what they know. But the rich are very secretive. This is why they keep getting invited to closed-door meetings. Closed-door meetings do not mean it has to be in an actual room in a spooky place with large doors that are locked. Not at all. It could be 3 people in an airport talking silently to each other. It could be a private flight where a discussion is taking place among 5 people. Rich people have lots of that. That is often where new information to them and how they confirm from other sources. The rich attend a lot of closed-door meetings. Meanwhile, the average person is relegated to the sidelines based on what the news channels are saying. The information that is fed to the public is always quite different from the real thing. The public is often fed a narrative, but the rich stay with the facts and try to uncover avenues of opportunities. Of course, none of them will tell you that they got information or confirmed a piece of information from a closed meeting. They will only do that if you ask directly and they want to be sincere. 7. Rich people can lobby governments. This is the most powerful in my opinion. Rich people who do business on a global level lobby governments. Not only do they lobby the government in their own country, but they do in other countries also. They only need to hire lobbyists in those other countries. There are a number of businesses that are successful today because of government contracts. In fact, most powerful businesspeople start with government contracts. They bid for the contracts, they win and they deliver. Then they can use the profit and the experience to lobby for another government contract. Some have even concluded that a government contract is a shortcut to wealth. But it is a rough and rugged road. The average person will probably not be comfortable with it. One moment you think you already have a contract in the bag, the next moment the government has changed its position and you are left with nothing. The ups and downs are quite brutal. This is the reason for lobbying the government. Nobody would expressly tell you how they lobbied the government to get a deal done. But it happens every time. There is certainly more to this. There are a lot more things that rich business people do that they don't say. Sometimes it is mundane, other times it is ugly. But doing it makes them different from the average, regular person.